Good morning. I'm Linda from ReMade With Love. And today on Amy Howard's YouTube program, we're going to be getting ready for the holidays. Now, in many traditions, ornaments play a big part of the celebration. So this year, I'm going to be updating some of my ornaments using this tile. Yep. It's the same tile that you would put on a backsplash in a kitchen or you'd use in your bathroom. And so I got it at a big box store. I just bought one sheet. It gives you, gosh, I don't know, 20, 25 different ornament possibilities. They're just a really rough back. We're going to be covering that up with some felt. On the front, I'm going to take this porcelain, smooth porcelain tile and show you how you can convert it to a beautiful couple of different ornaments, actually using Amy's gold or silver leaf along with her gilding size so that the gold and silver leaf adheres. I'll also be showing you how you can use Amy Howard's product Copycat, which allows you to transfer images from paper onto different surfaces, and we'll use it on the ornaments today. I've used this on wood, I've used it on plastic. On my furniture, I've used it on the drawers to kind of add that hidden element of surprise when you pull open the drawer. I've done old-fashioned seed packet prints on the side there, and also on the lip on some of my drawers. I've added some areas of interest. So wood, and it also will adhere directly on the tile using Copycat. So we'll show you how to make those ornaments using this. We'll also need some ribbon. So if you've got various ribbon, it's good to have, because these are smaller tiles, good to have a smaller ribbon, something that's going to be size appropriate for what we're doing. And then of course we'll need color prints. You can use it from an inkjet printer. We'll need a couple of chippy brushes, an artist brush to work magic here today. So come with me and let's get started decorating for the holidays. Okay, so to start with, we're going to remove the tile from the backing. It should pop right off. Sometimes it leaves a little extra adhesive that they used, but this is a pliable adhesive on the back. We're going to pull a couple of those off. Anything you can't get off, we're going to use a sander on the edges before we finish our tile. But starting off with a clean tile, if you can get that, and one that's blemish free, is the way to go. The next thing you're going to do, because I've been touching this, what do I always do? I always clean it. So yeah, I forgot to mention clean slate. I always clean everything with clean slate. We're just going to run a quick cloth over this because I've got the oils from my fingers on top, and I want my what I put on top, whether it's the gold leaf or the Copycat, I want it to stick. So I'm just going to quickly put that on and let it dry. Next thing I'll want to do is have my gilding size ready, and either gold or silver. And I think I'll end up doing a couple of each today. So I will start with the gold. If you haven't used gold leaf before, Amy's booklet of gold leaf comes in a packet. It obviously doesn't look exactly like that. I've used it many times over and over, but it'll come in a booklet, and that's about 6 by 6, I'm guessing, for the size of the very thin and delicate gold leaf that's inside. And the best practice is to not have any fan or any movement in the air if you can help it. Take it out carefully and fold back one page and hold the lip. This is an area that's pressed to create a booklet of many pieces of gold leaf separated by this fine tissue paper. Fold the tissue back and you want to hold it by the edge. If I were doing a number of these, I could have cut the booklet in half and had pieces that would fit. Instead, I'm just going to go as is. My clean slate is dry, so now I'll apply the Gilding Size. Gilding Size comes in a big container, and just like Copycat and the other products, there is plenty of it. I'm going to go ahead and paint this on generously. It doesn't matter if there's bubbles, it's going to just lay down perfectly. And I will actually go ahead and paint the edges as well. Now, any place there's Gilding Size, your gold or silver leaf will stick to whatever you're applying it to. You need to put the size on and allow it to come to tack. So what that means is it takes some time to set up. It's about 15 minutes, depending on your humidity and what your weather is like, but about 15 minutes is what you can count on for your piece to come to tack. And that means it's ready to have the leafing applied and have it stick. Okay. So I'll wipe the next one down. Have that dry. You can set up a little production line if you have an idea of how many ornaments you'd like to make. Maybe you're making some for friends or family or as gifts, or maybe you even have a hobby where you sell your ornaments on the side. This would be a fabulous thing to do with this type of ornament. It is just gorgeous, and once we get it done, you'll see how it glints and glitters on the tree in the lights. I'll keep working on my ornaments, and when we come back, you'll get to see a few more ornaments on the table and what we're going to do with them. Okay, so I've got my 4 ceramic tiles prepped and ready to go for the Copycat transfer, and I have 4 tiles here that have had the Gilding Size put on them. They've come to tack, meaning you can see how it kind of pulls up with my finger. I waited about 15-20 minutes and it's not quite dry. Can you hear that little crunch and see that it pulls up? And so it's ready to be gilded. I'm going to move these to the side, and let's see, I'll work on this one. As I said, I'm just going to kind of go for it with my gold. So just having it down and placing this on top. I'm going to be pressing the gold leaf down as I use the book to kind of burnish it with, because I've still got that piece of gold size on there. It's stuck there. I want to make sure I have no size on my fingers, or it's going to stick to my fingers. And if you've never worked with gold leaf before, it's fabulous looking once it's on, but it is a pain in the butt. So you just have to work carefully, conscientiously. Looks like I might have had some size over here because it's pulling, or maybe down a little here. So you can see it kind of sticks to things, it flies away. Make sure you're working where there is no breeze at all. I don't even want to breathe on this, but you can see as I burnish, the gold leaf will adhere nicely to that piece. I am going to place the other one on top. I think the only time I've ever worried about my gold leaf is when I'm putting it on an object that needs to be like a big piece. It needs to look as seamless as possible. And when that happens, if you mess up on your gold leaf, you just repaint it with Gilding Size and put gold leaf on top, or silver leaf for that matter. But you just want to see where it's sticking to me. see if there's any holes. You just pick up your leaf and put it on the side, burnish it. If it doesn't stick, it means you did not get your size on that spot. And again, I can just come over and dab it with a little size, wait till it comes to tack, and then place my leaf on, burnish it, and then I know you've noticed my brush here. A good chippy brush is great for getting gold leaf off. And really, once it is in place, this is soft enough yet tough enough to pull off what I need from the ornament. So I don't have any flyaways, so everything that's there sticks and everything that shouldn't be there is gone. So it looks like I will need to put maybe a dot there. My ends where I was probably holding it, this whole side, I don't know how that missed sizing, but we can redo it, and look at that. It's looking fabulous. Okay, I've got my other one, my original one that was not all pieced together, although I don't know about the sides, if they need more. Yep, looks like they will need more size and gold leaf, but I will clean this off. These big pieces down here are perfect for saving for my sides when I do them. And I really do want to try and make that a nice pretty edge so that it's glinting in the light of the tree or wherever I choose to put it, near the candles, and it will look gorgeous. Wonderful gilded ornament. That's going to look fabulous. Okay, and of course I've got my silver. So I'm going to move this over just a wee bit. See if I can do this. Gilding does take patience. That's the one thing I have learned to have while I'm using this product. It's going to be gilding. So it's actually come out of the book. I'm just going to go with it and lay it down. Pull off a page from the book so that I can burnish it with my fingers on this paper. Again, I find this is the best way to do it to begin with, because I can push down and I don't have to worry about any size on my fingers and any of the silver now sticking there. And pull off, and I could possibly, let's see if I can sneak this in this side. Yep, I'm going to put my ornament down and burnish it again underneath. And the same process as before. I'm going to burnish, I'm going to lift up, check to see if I have any spots, and then I will fill those in, continue to burnish, and then I've actually been thinking I want to decorate these with a little bit of something on the top. So when we come back, I will show you what I'm going to use to embellish the top of these wonderfully gilded ornaments. Okay, we are back, and wouldn't it be fun to do some stenciling on top of this? Even if it's almost a tone on tone, something sparkling, something pretty. So I thought there are two things I liked, which was Amy's French script, and then this one, which is a vintage damask. And so we've got two possibilities, and I think I'm going to start with the damask first. I think I'm going to try one on the gold, and that would be the silver metallic. I'm going to try that and see how it looks. And actually, I'm going to take the damask and I'm going to set it going in this direction. I can just pull part of it off because I don't want it to stick to my paper underneath. And I can lay this up top. Let's get this set up. I think that would look really pretty. And every place that the mesh sticks is the dark color, and every place that is light is where the mesh is open and will take the color. So I've got a water bath handy for when I'm done with this, but I'm going to use Amy's Gel Art ink in metallic silver. I'm going to knead this just for a moment to make sure it's all mixed up. It's been a while since I've used this. And I'm going to use this multi-sided squeegee, and that way it gives me the option of using a smaller edge. And I probably don't even need this much Gel Art ink, but holding it at a 45-degree angle, I'm going to spread this across. So this was a great edge to put it on, but for drawing across, I think I'll use the bigger edge. There we go. Now again, this will probably look tone on tone, hardly any paint on there, but I really like the sparkles in this. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this will turn out. Oh, look at that. Can you see it? I hope the camera can pick this up. It is exactly what I wanted. Just kind of a tone on tone, really gorgeous pattern. And I think that will sparkle just beautifully on my tree. So any place that has the ink on it, I want to get it immediately into a bath. This is a reusable stencil, and so I want to place it in there and rub it. And I think that's going to be good for now. Hang it up to dry. Perfect. Okay, so the next step would be to put the ribbon on. Because this is a small and dainty ornament, I would like something that's small and dainty itself. So what I usually do is pull a ribbon and make about an inch loop that would stick up from where it comes out from the back. Because I want a quick dry on this, I am going to go with my fast drying glue, which is my Gorilla Glue or E6000. I put a dollop on the back. And then I'll also finish off with just putting the E6000 around the back of the ornament and putting a felt triangle that I cut out to fit on the back. It covers the ribbon, it protects the back from chipping or clanking against something, and it looks beautiful. Look how sparkly and bright. I love it. Okay. Back to finishing the Copycat ornaments. We'll start by pouring a little Copycat into a bowl. You can use inkjet prints or laser jet prints. I prefer laser jet. Of course, I'll shake that up before I put it on, and using just this flat-edged artist brush, I want to make sure that looks good, looks good. And we're just going to cover this with Copycat, a generous amount. It should level pretty well, so I won't have to worry about streaks or bumps as long as I put it on somewhat smoothly. My laser printed photos are a little bit bigger, so I am going to position, I think some of these will go straight up and down, and some will go sideways. Let's just take a look at what I think is best. We want to make sure that there are no bubbles, no air bubbles in here. If there's an air bubble, you know that your print is not going to adhere to the tile, and we want a clean print on the front side. So we want to try and get that tile covered without slipping around, because once it's stuck, it starts to do its work by transferring the print. All right, we're gonna let this set up and we'll be back. Okay, it is time for the big reveal on the ornaments that used Copycat. So you'll remember that we covered these with painted Copycat on the tile after cleaning. Then we painted a little Copycat on the picture, on the face of the picture. And now we are going to dip this in a bowl of warm water and rinse off the paper. Might as well just let these sit in there. You can see the paper starting to wear away. And what I'm going to do is take my fingers and gently rub away the picture. Actually, the paper that's on the back of the picture. And we don't want to be too aggressive, so using our fingers would be a good thing. If you've got sensitive fingers, maybe use a seawool sponge that's very soft after having been dipped in water, and just keep working that paper off until you have a beautiful, vibrant image underneath. So I'll keep doing that and I will show you my final results. You can coat this with matte sealer, or if you want it glossy, maybe a polyacrylic on top when your image is finally totally revealed to the paper. But it's looking pretty good. I hope you think so too. Look at, there's the rocket so far. That's awesome. So what do you think? I think making ornaments using Amy Howard's Copycat and using her gilding are just perfect for the holiday for me. And I hope you'll find that they're perfect for you too, and include them as one way that you can spend a couple of hours, maybe on a Saturday or a day off or some free time with your spouse, with your kids, with your grandkids, or just with yourself, being able to have that creative outlet and homemaking some of your holiday sparkle, whether they're gifts or just for you. So glad you could join me today. I'm going to put up pictures of these ornaments hanging on my tree after this, and you can get just a quick view of what it would look like possibly for you. Till next time, bye-bye.